Is in Jacob time is
Pretty long time. I can hold a grudge.
I can too. Don't worry
Why
about
would
it.
you though? It's such a waste of time.
Because I'm a bitter person.
No, you're not. Shut up.
I can be. Nah, not really. The only person I hold malice for is like David Cage. But that's another topic.
So, welcome to the second podcast of the Moistbox podcast. I said it twice. Doesn't matter.
Episode 2 of the
I'm your-
Moistcast.
Yeah, that name.
I like
So,
Moistcast. I feel like I'm going
Moist-
to go with that.
Yeah, probably. I'm your host, Suky. Today we have Sunline.
Hey.
We have Kelpy.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
We have Manweed over there, aka Sukiyaru, aka Xavier.
He's AFK right now.
Oh, that's right. He's AFK. And we have a special guest with us, SmartDTime.
You guys are going without a hitch, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can make all the parts. I'm gonna be editing these, so I'm just gonna take out all the parts where we're stupid.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, they're always the best because they got the mega tits.
Good luck with that.
So I'm just gonna do a bunch of jump cuts right there where it's like beep,
Moistbox.
Is that how
cast.
making a jump cut is like?
No.
A very
Thanks for
shitty-
giving me the jump cut
It'd be more.
simulator.
It'd be more like, and then we're just talking about something else all of a sudden.
But yeah, today we're gonna be talking about, I guess, spooky stories, right?
Are we?
I think
I
so.
think
Ah,
so.
there he is.
There he is.
We're gonna be talking about spooky
You know, it's a
stuff.
spooky story. Suki coming back.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know any.
He died like 3 years ago. We don't know who's at his house right now.
We don't know who's playing his video games. Sometimes I still see him log into Steam to play CS:GO.
Dude, you can get like shitloads of Pez for like no money whatsoever.
The
This
candy?
is like
So-
literally lightweight. It's like nothing. It weighs nothing. It's nothing. It's sugar.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just kind of in awe on how cheap it is to refill this crap.
Oh,
The
before
Pez
we-
machines cost the money, okay?
Before I started recording, we started thinking about Pez. Pezcast 2017.
And then talk about something else, but I guess I won't say anything.
Yeah, everyone Google sour Pez and you'll be as surprised as we were.
I mean, unless you know
Some
you're
of
not
us
as
weren't.
protected growing up. You're like fucking Doug.
Turn
lightweight.
safe search off on Google and just go on.
Anyway,
So what's the topics for today, host man?
Oh, I guess that's Argy.
He's got the list over there. He never passed it over.
It's
You're
in
the
the
one
chat.
choosing host, man.
I still say
mean-
I'm the host since I'm the editor.
I thought I was the
Therefore,
No,
I
I'm just
have
a
the
video
most
intro,
power.
bitch.
The other topic is fighting games, because Sunny
We
Line
can
over
go
there
on about that. I got some questions we can answer.
And then if we go on a tangent, then we go on a tangent.
Yeah.
You know, take a smooth drive down Sunset Drive.
But I think the easiest one is like spooky stories of things that happen to us that are spooky. And it can be like scary
Okay.
games or creepy things. It doesn't actually have to be like something like ghosts or whatever. It's just something that you thought was scary. Like if you saw a big dog walking down the street and he was all like,
Me too, thanks.
So apparently the dog jizzed on you and you're like, oh shit, run!
oh god, it's so much projectile force.
Man.
So let's go first.
I can go
No.
first.
Spooky stories?
Yeah.
Some shady stuff. Whatevs.
Let me see. Off the top of my head. Oh, I have nightmares like literally every night. I think Xavier does that too.
I had one last night.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Anyway, I've gotten used to it now. Like I don't really give a shit. But yeah, do you guys know? I forget what it's called. Sleep paralysis. There you go. Do you guys know what that shit is?
What is that?
That shit is
What's
fucking
that?
it's terrible. It's like you're laying down and your brain says, "All right, I'm going to sleep," but your consciousness is still there. So your whole body becomes completely immobile. And you start to hallucinate shit because like your brain is going into dream mode, but like you're still awake.
That's impossible.
That shit sucks, dude. it's been a bit since it's happened to me. I'm probably gonna have one tonight because I'm talking about it, and that's usually when I get it now. Is like when I think about it.
What?
But like, when is it? Like maybe like 2 weeks ago, I was in my bed, and I was laying there, and then like, you know, you get to that part where like you're closing your eyes and you're falling asleep. I don't know about you guys, but it takes me like 30 to 40 minutes to actually fall asleep.
Probably an hour.
Yeah, it takes me a while.
Dude,
Anyway.
about 5 minutes.
4 hours.
I was just laying there. And to give you like an example of what my room is, it's kind of like, I'd say it's about like 9 by 12. It's not super big, but it's not super small. I mean, I guess it's kind of small, but still. Anyway,
Quit looking away.
I have this. Oh yeah, sorry. I have this like, I have my brother's old like queen size bed that used to be my parents' bed, and it takes up like a fourth of my room. But it's in like the corner, and like the headrest is in the corner. So if I lay down in it like how you're supposed to, like if I sleep with my back turned, like my whole back is to the fucking room, right? And I can't do that. Like I have to if I'm in a room I have to be facing like the door or else I can't sleep. Anyway, like that's pretty much my whole room. It's not very big.
I mean, I think I have a similar thing because like I also like what's the word? I kind of like look towards the room as well, and I don't want to say it's sleep paralysis 'cause I've never like had the feeling of like, oh, I can't move.
Oh, actually,
But like I have like obviously your imagination wanders and I'm just like, there's something there, but I know it's not real. But it looks so realistic that I don't want to move.
this actually kind of reminds me of another spooky story. I'll get into that after I finish this one. Anyway, so this is about like 2-3 weeks ago. I'm sleeping in this room, and I'm laying there, and I'm facing the doorway. And my door, like my room is at like the end of a hallway. So out of my room, I just look straight down to the hallway. I can see like the top of the stairs.
I don't know why you don't close your door.
I open my door because it gets hot in here. Anyway, I'm laying there, and I'm sleeping with my head reversed, so I'm not in like the dank corner. But that makes it so that I can just see directly into my hallway. And I'm just laying there on my side trying to sleep. And then like I'm laying there and I start hearing like weird noises, kind of like scratching. Oh, I should put in like spooky like ambient noise here. Anyway, I'm laying there and I'm just gonna start hearing like this weird scratch. Yeah, just this weird scratching, and I thought it was like my dog. So like I open my eyes and I'm looking around, but like I realize like, oh shit, I can't move. This stupid shit again. And as soon as like I make that realization that like it's happening, all of a sudden like the terror starts to set in, because like your imagination runs wild. So I'm just like, oh shit, like don't think of anything scary. But I already heard like the scratching, and for me it's a lot of like the auditory hallucinations. So I start hearing like fucking like scratching at the windows, and I'm just like, oh fuck, and I can hear like footsteps coming down from downstairs, and I know it's not like anyone's actually down there because it's not like regular footsteps. It's like those loud horror movie footsteps
With a wood creaking.
Yeah, and it's like fucking I don't even have wood upstairs. And actually I just got
I'm
laminate.
to pick your brain a bit.
Yeah.
Would you categorize the scratching as kind of like a light scratching and it's very sudden, but it's like between intervals, so like scratch, 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 pause, scratch, 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 pause, intense scratching, scratch, 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 something like that?
I would say it's very subtle, where it's like I barely noticed it at first, and then like it just kind of slowly gets
but,
worse
like very
and worse.
light, but
Yeah.
it's in that kind of sequence.
Yeah. Just like
have you ever considered the idea of roof rats? Taking
yeah,
brief restitute in
but,
your roof for the night.
I don't have an attic.
I mean, no, there are some like times that rats will just climb onto the top of the roof
true.
for some
Yeah.
reason.
Like,
Well, it's not like something that happens every night.
Nah.
yeah, I know.
Oh,
They don't
okay.
necessarily need to make you.
Hey, buddy, it's me, Roland. Let's kill Handsome Jack and then we'll all go out for milkshakes.
But it still needs to be a stop, either away from predators or where there's a source of food.
True. There
The other
are
thing I
a
picked
lot
your
of
brain
cats
about
outside
is
my
these
house.
footsteps. Are they harmonic, meaning are they in a regular sequence? So like
Never really. They're just kind of like they can
occasion.
just like occasionally happening. There'll be 3 or 4, or sometimes I hear like someone running up the stairs.
All right.
Running with a knife.
One thing to also take a note is you during seasonal changes, you know, when it starts getting hot,
Yeah.
various like beam members inside of your house, the ones that are load bearing, usually will either expand or compress depending on the temperature. And some other members that are connected to it will also kind of settle in based on the changing, overall size of, the load-bearing columns.
Yeah.
This also happens in my house, especially around kind of the center of the house.
Yeah, and right by the stairs, there's a big like load supporting beam.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
a lot of the noises you might be hearing is just the fact that it's the dead of night, and these are kind of typical noises, but because you're in a pseudo-panic state, your brain is over-analyzing them as a threat response.
Yeah, I can see that.
Man, I am not the greatest member to have on your podcast.
No, dude, that's
It's
fine.
fine,
It's
it's
super
fine.
interesting.
Yeah.
I've thought about that kind of stuff before, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I?
Podcast.
You're discussing the
Podcast.
framework by which to describe your night terrors.
Oh, yeah,
associated
yeah,
with
from-
sleep
from-
paralysis.
From like 2 weeks ago. It's different like every time, except for like 1 or 2 reoccurring things.
Which are?
I'll get there, because
Okay.
this one of them was there. Anyway, I'm just looking down this hallway right now, and I have like wood laminate floorings and like dark tan walls, so it's pretty fucking dark. And like
Okay.
through like the darkness is like all, I of course hear all like the weird noises, so I'm kind of freaking out, and I'm trying to like make myself wake up or something. But I know I'm just gonna have to sit there and deal with it until I actually knock out.
Right.
So I'm just kind of laying there, and I'm looking down the hall, and I don't really like see anything because it's really dark. But like in the dark, I can start to see like the vague outline of like a shadowy figure, which is kind of cliche, I know, but like
No, again, there's
It's-
psychological
yeah.
reasons for that, so
It's
that's
just-
not.
it's just like this
Outlandish.
weird thing at the end of the hall. Or like I can see him coming up from the part of the stairs that I see. And it's just like this shadowy thing. And it kind of looks like a person, I would say. But like it's kind of weird to describe because it's just black and there's no real details. But like you look at it and the very first thing that comes into like my mind isn't like, oh, someone's coming up the stairs. It's like, what the fuck is that? Because it looks like vaguely like a person, but it doesn't look like a person. It's at that weird like uncanny valley of like, no, like that can't be a person because people aren't shaped like that. Like it's almost like long, but also
Yeah,
like
too lanky,
yeah.
almost like Slenderman, but with a bit rounder of a head.
I wouldn't say that. Usually it has a hat on.
Bizarre.
Babadook.
Babadook.
I guess. Anyway, he stands like at the top of the stairs and is just kind of there. And then like by far the weirdest thing is this fucking weird ass fucking Hisako that comes out of my fucking like air vent.
You want to explain Hisako?
Yeah,
Or you just gonna put it?
that one isn't one I had in a while, and I'm kind of scared to bring it up because I don't want it to happen tonight. Sleep with the fucking light on. But basically, I've had similar instances where, like, at the top of my door is the little like AC vent, right?
Right.
And sometimes when I have a night terror or sleep paralysis, I will see that vent, and it just kind of like starts to ooze and like drip, like with this weird pus, right?
Right. Like a fluid almost, but
Yeah.
not quite.
It's like this
Newtonian.
weird, like grimy, like ooze. And then like as soon as I start to see that, I'm like, oh no, like she's coming. And she's never done anything now that I think about it, and it sounds kind of weird to be scared of that. But basically, like it starts to ooze more and more until like it like leaves like a dollop on the ground, like just like a dollop of this like gray oozy paste, and it kind of looks like slimy almost, like when I picture it in my head. Anyway, and then like out of that ooze, like this figure starts to come out, and it's just this chick, and she's completely naked. She's got like the fucking stereotypical like Japanese ghost, like long black hair, and she has like nothing for a face, like it's just like a blank slate. And she'll just stand there and fucking look at me menacingly.
Without a face.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I like
The description of that.
like
looks
fuck
as
you. I
well.
could tell like where her eyes should be, and like you can tell that she's like looking at me. But
Well,
it's
no,
just
I'm more interested because, like
Like
not
the-
saying that I'm an expert in psychology, but I've been looking into it a lot more.
Yeah, it's fascinating
keep
stuff,
going, and I'll
psychology.
give you my opinion.
yeah. Anyway, this chick just kind of stands there and like looks at me, and like I can't help but like lock eyes, quote unquote.
Right.
And like that's it. Like she'll just kind of like stand there, and then like the sun will start to come up, and then like she'll just like crawl back into the vent and leave. And then like I know like then like eventually I'll just kind of like be conscious again and be able to move. But I know that shit like can't be real, because if it was, I would be screaming my goddamn head off. You know what I mean?
I mean, have you done
Right.
that once? Like, when you didn't realize it, in sense.
Like if I've ever like come out of the trance and just been yelling or whatever.
Yeah.
I used to do that more when I was younger. Now that I've gotten
Yeah.
older and I kind of like understand like this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Stop freaking out. I don't scream so much, but I will like wake up where I just kind of jolt up and I'm like out of breath and just like sweaty and I'm just like, oh god.
I can tell you right now that my ex-girlfriend, she what you're describing, like the lady just coming out with no face or whatever, she told me the exact same thing too. I was like, huh.
Yeah, apparently like I'm not the only one. Like the hat guy who's made of darkness and fucking naked chick with Tasako hair is like a regular thing that people see sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's reasons for it.
Neat.
Yep.
Am I afraid of women, Doc?
No. However, you do personify kind of your fear and animus. In this particular case, you're personifying it something that's by its very nature shapeless, but in the feminine. So at the same time, it's not something that is like a monster. It's something that's representing something that you do have seek comfort in normally. However, due to the lack of details to it, the unknown nature of it, and the fact that you can only sense malintent gives you a sense of like distrust and fear. Not in the same way that, you know, you'd be afraid of getting your hands stuck in fire. I mean, where that's kind of an obvious and immediate danger, but this is more of like a subtle, like interpersonal danger. Same with the hatted man. Same idea in terms of, because of the fact that it's not, you know, someone brandishing a weapon or what have you, the danger is more on the fact that they're there, the presence of them. And the darkness is kind of associated with the fact that you are in darkness right now, and your brain's probably not going to manifest anything beyond that point. But the detail of the hat is kind of interesting. It's probably more of a, you know, getting it closer to persons or things that you experience. I would state that hypothetically one of the major things that's getting to you is you are having a difficulty finding kind of a state of rest, like a state of calm or peace. You more than likely are suffering from kind of a regularly recurring source of stress, and you're finding it difficult to cope with it because the source of the stress itself is not something that's something you want to remove, because it's you maybe even associated with someone that's close to you, or even like something that's very nature is not your enemy, but it is causing you a great deal of harm, mainly psychologically. Does this sound like it's ringing any bells? Or
A little bit,
speculating?
yeah.
This is why.
Boy, it was a good idea to do this spooky cast with
Spooky
Dtime.
cast, dude. Wait, didn't Sleepy Cabin have something called Spooky Cast?
I think so.
Isn't
Okay.
it called
Gotta
Sleepy
make
Cabin
sure
Cabin?
that's not like a copyright thing.
Now we're fine. I say as we get told, hey, stop that.
Just pull that whole line out of it. Editing. Yeah, because like, to describe, I guess some of my previous, night terror experiences. I've never personally been affected by sleep paralysis. However, I am one with a rather vivid imagination, since my recollection's typically pretty strong. I can memorize details to a pretty disturbingly high degree. So frequently in my dreams, I have a very hard time delineating whether or not this is something that's actually happening or if I'm asleep. Just due to the fact that I'm usually recalling areas I've been to quite regularly, like either areas in my own house, that thing. And I remember, I believe it was my final semester in engineering college. Quite a huge stress load. We had our, final piece of our capstone we were working on. And I distinctly remember I was having a conversation with my mother and my sister. And we were heading our way out through the front door of, my house here in blank.
Here in the West Coast. There you go.
Here in town, which is not the same place I attended college. So like my actual home. And I remember looking over to one of the photos. It's like kind of like a picture frame, except there's like 3 frames stacked on top of each other, and kind of a goofy little arch thing. And I remember looking into it, and instead of seeing the proper face that's supposed to be there, I remember seeing this bizarre pseudo face. It was the same kind of thing. It was clearly a woman. However, there wasn't specific distinguishing features. It wasn't like a flat, like Slenderman face, but like you can determine a nose. You can tell like skull features. However, beyond kind of the original deep set nature of the eyes, it'd simply be black. I wouldn't be able to tell eyelids or anything like that. That detail was simply just black. And the kind of shadowy black that, kind of seems to have like blurred edges. Same with the mouth. And a little bit with the nostrils. But for the most part, it was kind of a face, but not really. And this being, so to speak, was staring me directly in the face. And what I could sense was their determination to do me harm. Not necessarily physically speaking, but in some other means. And I remember at that moment, I couldn't speak. And my words were blocked from me. And this, of course, induced a sense of panic. And I remember in my dreams, just from the depths of my inner being, trying to draw words. And what I could only finally express was, "Go away." Eventually, the creature did, of course, go away, and I woke up with a quite chilling effect, heavily sweating, realizing that I wasn't actually home. College. Town. And I remember conversing with my roommate some days after, and it turns out I was yelling quite loudly in my sleep. So part of, my inability to speak was due to the fact that my body was physically trying to refrain from doing so because, during sleep, your body's restricting certain functions. Looking into the future, I haven't had that nightmare before, and I haven't had one since, quite to that degree and magnitude. And I know I could probably accurately ascertain one of the elements that got me away from that kind of train of, hyper kind of threatening situation was the very fact of the conflict there, which was my inability to speak. Now, without going into too many personal details, I think it would be accurate to state that I have learned how to properly express myself in such a fashion that I don't care nearly as much about...
I think Dtime cut out.
Shit.
Oh,
No.
shit.
Spooky! Wait,
Ah!
let's
Yeah,
change the
take it
name
away.
from Spookycast to Dreamcast.
Dreamy cast. There you go.
Well, there goes
Did he
that.
DC?
I think
I
you
don't
DC,
know.
yeah.
The
Fuck.
suspense!
You should leave like 3 seconds of it and then put him back in once he comes back in.
Yeah,
You gotta add us like yelling and screaming.
yeah. This whole one's gonna be spooky casted.
Will Dtime return? Who will be the guiding light in the nebulous darkness of our own psyche, if not the smartest of Dtimes himself? Find out on the next episode. Dtime returns.
Suspense is over.
Do you
Yes.
wanna finish what you're gonna say?
Yeah,
lost my train of thought
we're
completely.
editing, honestly.
We were talking about you expressing yourself.
Well, thank you. Well, what faction? Just me opening up or my tone of speech?
Opening up, I guess.
Cool. Anywho, I guess to summarize that, usually the visual manifestations of what you see and are usually directly correlated to something that's going on, I guess more on a, I'd say personal / interpersonal level that needs to be kind of dealt with, I would say, by a practicing psychologist, not someone who's taken a casual interest. That would be my hypothesis there. But yeah,
All right.
who's got the next spooky story?
Well, we were doing questions while you're
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. We were just doing some Q&A while you're gone.
Okay.
Which reminds me, Back to the Future.
See,
In the past, people were buried with the items they would need in the afterlife. What would you want to be buried with so that you can bring it with you into the afterlife?
I see what you're talking about.
oh,
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with gun. Bury me with an AK and bullets. That way, if there's like demons and ghosts and shit, I'll be like, blah, let's go.
You
Got
wanna
these
be,
ghost bullets.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Yeah, figures.
just get me like a red trench coat,
Now bury
Another
you with a red
Dante.
trench coat.
like a breast strap. Just put that on my naked chest. Find a sword and just spray paint the word rebellion on it, and just put it in there.
find the sword and fucking reenact Romeo and Juliet, Baz Luhrmann edition.
Get 2 handguns and write the word sword on them, and then put them with me. This counts. This is my will.
Longsword.
Get me a Mag 7, write the word longsword on it, and bury it with me.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I've never really thought about being buried with something.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm still gonna be in the ground.
Well, for the point of the question, it's like a hypothetical. You go to the ghost dimension.
You could have said that at the beginning.
Well, that's why I
like
said
the
bring me
shit
guns.
Okay, you could have requested. You could have reset it. It was
Okay,
like, oh, you
fine.
bring
What
to
would
the
I
ghost
So when you die, you go to the fucking ghost dimension.
What do you
What
bring?
items do you want to be buried with so that you can take them with you into the ghost dimension?
Mozzarella cheese sticks. I can get out of here.
Why didn't you just say that?
Huh?
Why does it have to be ghost dimension?
I don't know, because you said they were gonna be in the ghost dimension. Shit.
Oh my
I'll
god.
I'll bring a Snicker bar. And I'll be like, yo, you need a moment.
Damn. And you just realize you died.
You're just like, man, I do need a moment.
Start thinking about it, you become a ghost, you start haunting Larry.
You haunt specifically Snickers bars.
The Snicker bars factory.
Okay. What about you, Kelsey, huh?
I don't want to give a meme answer, but
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money on my figurines.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. What, you think I was gonna say you?
No.
Bury a living Xavier with Kelsey's corpse.
No,
I'll take you
please.
to the ghost realm.
I guess you'll be joining her event like really soon
Wait,
then.
who said you had to be buried to go into the ghost realm? Come on now.
Oh my god, stop pointing out these technicalities.
No, the idea is that you die and are being buried, and only the things being buried with you are going into the ghost dimension.
Fuck. Damn. Okay. Well, next question.
Here, I got one. So, all right. If you were a child, all right. So, say you travel back into the past, you saw yourself, like, kid you saw like
What year?
you now,
Like what age?
7.
7-year-old me.
7?
Man, I
Yeah,
was a
7-year-old me.
shit when I was 7.
Everyone was.
7-year-olds are generally shitty.
I would say we just cut that out and just keep going with this.
We can't do anything about that because Jacob's...
I'm editing. I have the powers. I'm gonna put stupid shit in. You can't stop me.
Yeah, but if I remember right, Back to the Future didn't have a
Mega
dumb.
kiss.
No, that was
during
my
the
sound
time
effect.
sequences. It was
I actually-
instantaneous.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of
Multiple
flack for here. I actually haven't seen Back to the Future.
All right, that's
Whoa.
God dang it.
Better
Yeah.
edit that out of the podcast.
I'll just put a big bleep.
I have a confession to make.
Beep. I might get some flack for this. Beep. And like edit in Zarky saying the N-word.
Dolphin noise.
Damn it, I should have been recording for that.
Crabs is
What?
Crabs is dolphin noise.
Anyways, Zarky, what were you gonna ask? If I can talk to the 7-year-old me or whatever?
I was honestly ad living until he came back.
Oh, well.
I mean, yeah, I know Xavier has better. I mean, also like spooky stories.
Me? I
Yeah,
mean,
dude.
that's because it actually fucking happened.
Exactly.
I have a real ghost story too.
Yeah.
Or I guess
But like I've
arguably
had like
real.
multiple instances though. One from when I was in Guam, and one from over here.
Oh man, I have
Wait,
one
what's
that like
Guam?
it's an island.
Oh, okay.
Guam? Yeah, it's an island like a little underneath Japan.
Ah.
Didn't you take World War II history?
They don't teach that really.
Yeah, no. It's
Not over here.
here's Hiroshima, here's Nagasaki. Boom, there you go. That's your history for
They don't even
Japan.
teach the Death March, man.
They talked
That
about
too.
the island hopping.
Yeah, they talk about island hopping, but they don't really.
They don't specify
Yeah.
any
They,
of,
they
like,
just
the
say
major
Guam like
islands.
once, and I remember I said, "Hey, I used to live there," and people made fun of me for it.
It's harsh.
It's high school, man. Everyone makes fun of everything.
That's true. Not as much as Mr. Johnson made fun of kids.
So, are you still doing questions, or you want to do those
I mean,
later?
no, let's keep going with this.
What is this?
What is this?
Okay, spooky stories. God
Okay.
damn.
Oh, okay.
This conversation that we're
I have
having at this very
I have like
moment.
2 other ones that I can go on, but I'll let you guys go so it's not just me rambling for an hour.
Alright, who's next, son?
You?
The fuck? I was enjoying my dinner! And
It's Din Din.
oh my god. Okay.
I mean, I can go, but it'll be very short.
Go for it.
As
mean, it's
Xavier
not really-
scarfs down his food.
Yeah. I can probably like get you like 2 minutes, most. I mean, the most I've had is honestly like, back in my old place, I was alone in the house, go figure, and I was just playing whatever I was, like I think PS3. I was just sitting on the ground, and then like all the doors, like the rooms were like adjacent to each other, so like, I can clearly see into my niece and nephew's room, and like. I knew for a fact that the window was closed because it was like during winter or whatever. And I just, out of the blue, out of the corner of my eye, I see the blanket just like get flipped up. Like as if someone like just flicked it. I was like, I kind of like paused the game. I was like, I probably didn't see that. I'm just gonna keep on going with this. And like, because the way I imagine in my head is like, if I don't give, you know, a specter being like the attention that it's looking, it won't bug me, right? So
Yeah, I used to think like that too.
Yeah.
Until it slapped me. I'm just kidding. Nothing slapped me.
but yeah, I'm pretty sure something
They
else
went after
happened, but I
my
can't
father
remember.
and clashed his lungs. I was helpless to do anything as I watched him gasp for air. Tried to call 911, but my cell phone wouldn't connect. Desperately, I administered CPR.
It's like
and that's
those,
how I lost my first kiss.
Fucking
Have you seen that? Those
creepypastas.
new have you seen those new ads where it's like scary stories through an app? You've seen that ad, right?
No.
No, I'm not.
So there's an ad where like
Stay off of
I'm
creepypasta.
watching YouTube and on my phone. So like there's an ad is like telling a scary story through text messages, right? And it's like
Alright.
to find out the rest of the story, download our app. I'm like, bitch, I ain't about to do that.
No, that was the Skype sound effect, not a text sound effect.
Yeah.
I'll just do like a
Fair,
phone
that'd be a pretty
rumbling.
cool app. Something that just gives you a spooky story. Like,
I mean,
I mean it's decent.
yeah,
It's called
yeah. I'm trying to look for it right now too.
I forgot what it was called. I think it was called Hooked or something.
Huh.
Yeah, it's called Hooked.
Hooked.
I think.
Neat.
Chat stories on the App Store. I mean, these are basically creepypastas, right?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
I think that's my story.
Did you need more fill time, Xavier?
I guess I'll start.
Alright.
Long ago in a distant land, I,
One
Oh.
kid.
the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil. But a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose me. Fuck, I'm choking on my pineapple orange juice.
doesn't really ruin the immersion at all. Keep going.
At some
Man.
point, Jacob edit the little like the ding thing that they use in Japanese folklore.
Yeah,
No.
of course.
Fucking Iturashai, Yamishibai. Which, by the way, I'm waiting for them to make another season of that.
Oh, dude, I'd so down to watch that shit.
Okay. So should I retell the one of me here at home?
Whatever you feel
whichever
like,
one.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, when I first moved into this house, we were like, yeah, this house is pretty cool, it's big, it's nice. But then, like, yeah, no, now we just gotta get this house blessed, bitch. Right? So we do that. We bless the house, and everything's all cool and shit. And then, like, my brother was drinking alone one night, and he was, like, there. And then the painting fell from the wall. It's like, what the fuck? So it was really weird because there was no earthquakes, no nothing. The painting was secured on the wall, but it fell. It was like, he told us the next morning, and I guess it got to me, and I was like, oh shit, my mom's asking me to change the water. Suspense. Okay, I'll be back.
Okay, I'll...
Good suspense.
Thanks, guys.
I actually thought that was part of the story.
Uh,
My mom asked me to change the water.
should I go?
Kelsey?
Is Kelsey here?
Yeah.
Do you have a story you want to tell?
A spooky story?
Yeah.
Creepy story, and honestly anything at this point.
Okay, so me being me, I'm really bad at directions, right? So, I went to this anime convention called the Anime Con, and I was like, I had been out until like 2 a.m. doing whatever. And then I was like, I really want some fucking Denny's right now. So, we tried to GPS it, right? Then it's like, it says it's like a 5-minute walk. So you start walking in the direction. And then it starts getting sketch after that. Like, we walked under a bridge and there's cockroaches all over the ground. They're dead. I don't know why they're dead. I don't know, even to this day. And there's all sorts of other jank shit, like prostitutes and pop-up food stands. And we never found the Denny's because they took it down and the GPS was wrong. And the spookiest part is there's a Denny's right next to our hotel we could have gone to.
Dun, dun,
There's
dun.
so much just spookiness as you went into an area
You
with
walk-
dead cockroaches and
yeah.
hookers. And
Yeah, you just
find
walked
Denny's.
down a really dank alley, which I guess is actually really scary.
It's scary. I was small and young and in cosplay and I would cry. That was unfamiliar. I honestly couldn't think of anything better. I'm trying to
That's
think.
fine. I can
Something
fill
you
for
haven't-
time because I got stories. I'm ready.
Go.
All right. So a little bit of context. This next one is actually like I'm not cognitively able to remember it because I was like 2 at the time.
Yeah.
2 or 3, I don't remember correctly. I was able to like speak normally, so I guess like 2 or 3. I don't know, baby things.
I think 3 is like,
Whatever is the one where I'm able to like have a conversation with somebody.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I guess it would have been when I was around 3. But for a little bit of context to understand like what exactly happened, I have an uncle, or had an uncle. All right, and he passed away before I turned like 1. Like he only took care of me when I was like a baby. So like, there's no way I can actually be able to remember this guy, right? So when I was around 3, I started acting out a lot apparently. And whenever my mom would scold me, the thing I would say was, well, my friend told me, and I'm sure you guys can already see where this is going. And it's like, I was drawing on the walls, and my mom would be like, hey, stop that. And I'd be like, my friend told me it was okay, dude. Like, what's up? I mean, I wouldn't say that, of course. I was a baby, but still.
Back off.
I would just be like, no, my friend said
Chill, homie.
okay. And my mom was like, ah. And, you know, I'd get in trouble because I was drawing on the walls. But I do, like, a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I heard this story mostly from my sister who told it because, like, it freaked her out. But she would be like, I was playing in the dirt outside and I was, like, putting it all over myself. And my sister would be like, what are you doing? And I was like, my friend told me to do it. And she was like, like, no, stop. You're being messy. And just stuff like that. Like, regular little kid shenanigans, I guess.
Right.
Anyway, so, like, one day my mom and my sister are organizing, like, the photo album we have. And, like, putting stuff together into, like a scrapbook. And they pull out a picture of my Uncle Tony, who passed away, like, 2 years prior. And, like, I'm just kind of doing my 3-year-old thing, just walking around, and, like, the picture falls. And I pick it up, and I'm just like, that's my friend! This is my friend! And they're like, what? And I'm like, this is my friend! The one that, like, you guys yell at me for talking about. And they're just like, what? And it's like, no, like, this is totally him. And I point him out in, like, a bunch of the other pictures, like, nah, this is totally, like, the guy. Like, that I'm talking about. I once again, not coherent sentences, but still. Like, I'm able to point out, like, this is a person that I know. And they start freaking out because it's like, that's super fucking impossible. That dude is dead for, like, multiple years. Like, there's no way I'd be able to, like, recognize his face when I saw him when I was, like, an infant child.
That's
Hey.
not necessarily true. Your brain starts recording pretty early on in terms of, I'd say the first time you start having your brain starting recording interpersonal reactions is when you start sucking on your mom's, like, nipples for breastfeeding.
Mhm.
That's the first time your brain actually starts recording information with respect to the socialization for personal relationships. In terms of maybe you seeing, like, a picture or interacting with your uncle, I can't say for certain, but
Yeah, he was actually.
If you've got
he-
like, it takes a while before you have like object permanence, so the ability to determine whether or not an object actually exists if it's not in front of your eyes. But it doesn't mean your brain's not recording that, especially if he's interacting with you, like holding you.
I know he took care of me for a little bit, but like before I was even like 3 months, I think he started getting really like bedridden all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, also as a kid, like we all had that imaginary friend. My imaginary friend was a tomato and a carrot, if you can believe it.
Yeah, but
I can't
apparently,
believe it.
but apparently
I
my
do watch
imaginary friend was a
Yes.
fucking dead guy. So
I don't think anyone would doubt that your imaginary friend was a carrot and a tomato.
The thing is, when my parents and my sister would tell me this, they would be like, "Yeah, you'd act out," and you'd say, "Oh, the carrot told you," or "The tomato told you." I'm like, I don't ever remember saying that.
that's
But, you know.
significantly scarier because that you can just be talking about like a really red-faced guy.
Right? Some like some
Come
bloody-
on, oh, man.
Spooky tomato.
But yeah. Xavier story, yeah. I love hearing it.
Just
Okay,
pass
so
that shit.
I was like, oh shit, painting. This is spooky. This never really happened to me that I remember of. So I was like, yo, that shit creepy. So I was like, huh, maybe it's nothing. But like, before my parents went back to the Philippines for like a little bit, we got the priest guy who blessed our house again to come back, and he goes in, he's like, what the fuck did you do in here? Because he's like, there's some really weird spooky shit going on here, boy, and it ain't no fucking ghost. I'm like, what do you fucking mean? And like, we weren't really believing it mostly, but he was like, yeah, you see these are idols from other religions, and you should get them out of here. And we didn't regard it really much, and we were like, you know what, whatever. So the next couple weeks, weird things start happening in the house, and I tell these guys and people at school, and they're like, what the fuck do you mean? You crazy? And
No,
I'm
I was like, fuck that shit, dude. Get out the
I
goddamn
believe you.
house.
you are. Other people are like, Xavier and his ghost.
I fucking believe in ghosts and supernatural shit.
I know you do, but yeah. Did I ever tell you this story, Dtime? About the ghost in my house thing?
I think you described it before, but I don't think we've ever looked at it and analyzed it.
So like, at night, sometimes we'd hear the table chair screech. You know when you like grab a table, or not table, a chair, and then you just drag it across like the tile, and it's just like, I don't know how this. I can't recreate the sound right
Like,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I'll
we'd
edit
hear
something
that.
in.
We'd hear that, and it would be extra scary because my parents were out of town for like fucking 3 weeks to a month.
I think I
was
remember
like,
that.
yeah, they were out, and it would just be me and my sister-in-law with her kids. And I remember when we were talking about this at school, Jake was like, if your kids start saying they see a friend or anything, get the fuck out.
Oh no, I specifically
dude, that's
remember
fucking-
where you were like you should come over to my house so you can feel it, and I was like, fuck no.
Edwin came, and he got scared.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude.
Edwin's, it was like, he came, he stayed over for the night, and like, it was late, it was late, and we were looking down the stairs, there was no lights downstairs, and I was like, hey, you wanna go downstairs and get a drink? He's like, fuck no, dude, that place scary. So, yeah, like, you'd hear screeching and stuff, but like, the most like stomach churning thing would be like when I'd go downstairs to get water or a drink or anything, and it would feel like something's watching me from behind or something. So I'd put earbuds on and play my music full blast and try not to think about it, but I just feel like a piercing gaze just is looking at me the whole time. I don't feel that anymore when I go downstairs. So that was that was really strange because I've been living in that house for like a couple months prior to even what happened here. So that happened, and like I guess the thing to top it all off, to actually make me believe all this is when one day I went out with my family, so my uncle and aunts and my sister-in-law and all that. We went out to go get dinner, right? And I leave the Skype call on with Kelsey. So
With
I'm
the
having
webcam
dinner.
popped up. Everything.
Did it?
Yeah, the webcam was on.
Man, that's double scary. Fucking Kelsey is a
The whole
witness.
time, right?
Yeah, I was on the whole time.
Okay, so that was on. And I was like joking, hey, if you hear anything, tell me. And we were out. I'm enjoying my dinner here, and
His din-din.
we were talking. Me and my sister-in-law were talking to my other family members about all this, and they were like, "You guys have a ghost, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel it. It's actually kind of scary." And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" So,
It's like, haha. Yeah.
but in the middle of having dinner, Kelsey texted me back and said, "Hey, are you home?" And I'm like, "No, why?" It's like, "I thought I heard you go into your room." And I'm like,
No, it wasn't you going into your room. It was more like... It was like a bunch of people were in the house. And I heard like the stairs, like I heard people coming towards your door, so I thought you were gonna open it, but no one ever came in.
"That's even
That's
scarier.
way worse.
Fuck. You never told me that."
It,
What?
like, I just thought... I told you that I thought people were home.
Holy shit. Well, anyways,
plural.
It was scary for me too. He said no.
that
I
was
need
really,
dinner.
that was actually really fucking scary because like we weren't there, and like you could hear noises from that. That's like proof on its own. There was nothing, no one in the house, no one at all. Kelsey heard, and I'm like, I don't want to go home.
If your door would open, I would like cried. I like ended the Skype call, be like cursed, delete.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like some unfriended shit.
it was really scary. And then we got rid of like all of our decoration statues that would be represented in other religions and stuff. And then it finally just went away like gradually. But that's why this story is the origin of why I have so many bottles in my room, because I'm too scared to go back downstairs to grab a fucking cup of water. So now I just have a fucking litter of water bottles all over my fucking room, and it made me develop this shitty habit.
I fucking remember, like, I don't even remember what we were playing at the time. But I remember you were like, man, I'm so goddamn thirsty. And I'm like, just go get something to drink. And you were like, no, I had to go downstairs. And I was like, oh shit, that's right. Well,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's spook
Yeah.
zone.
So that's why I just bring water bottles upstairs with me all the time, and it's a shitty habit to have because now my room's always like littered with bottles. Yeah, even Edwin was like, "Yo, fuck that shit. That place scary."
Didn't
Like-
he go down?
No, he didn't go down.
Oh shit. That's
I was
even scarier.
I was really scared. Like, holy fuck. Even like in broad daylight, you
That shit was
could
crazy.
still. Yeah, see, you were there, right, Edwin?
Yeah.
You were listening,
It
right?
was. Yeah. I
Yeah,
was on mute the whole time.
yeah, but like,
Yeah.
you were like, I don't want to go there. That shit's
Fuck
scary.
no, heck no, dude. I couldn't live, man.
Yeah, but like you could feel like the ambience of the whole down. Wouldn't really happen much upstairs. It would be all downstairs on the bottom floor. Like you could feel like you're being stared at, and it was terrible. I had fucking nightmares every night during that time period, and it was fucking shit. But yeah, you could, like at night, you could hear the screeching of the chairs being dragged on the floor.
Yeah, it was fucking horrible.
You heard, did you hear that too?
Yeah.
Right?
Jeez, dude.
I
Damn.
Like, this shit's scary, man.
Did you want to go, Edwin?
go away.
That's
Do you
my
have a
ghost
spook story?
As if.
So no.
He's just gonna
My
retell
spooky
my
story,
story.
my spooky story was Xavier's story.
I was there as this fucking
I was
shit went down on
fucking there,
Xavier.
I mean,
Really?
I'll tell you right now, Xavier. Every time I enter your house, it's like
Are you
I'm like-
cautious?
no, it's not. It's not because I'm cautious because of the story you told me. It's more of like I'm not used to being in a big house.
Big
so like,
house, yeah.
yeah, so it's like
Big houses are scary, and I don't ever want to live in a big house by myself.
and like yeah, like stepping into your house, I'm like, and when I
There's
like,
a whole lot of nothing and a whole lot of
Ah!
something.
Sorry. God damn it. My dog touched my leg and I jumped.
The fuck?
I'm easy to jump scare.
That time of my
damn
life
it,
was
Kuma.
like, don't worry. That was really bad. I don't want to think about it too much.
yeah, it's good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, I got one more in the tank.
All right.
Alright. So this will be the end of the Sunny stories. Because I'm sure you're all tired of hearing my shitty voice by now.
Please continue.
Alright, so like this happened like when I was a little bit younger, like 14, 15 in that zone. And this is my sister moved out when she okay. Blah, 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 blah. My sister moved out like pretty early, like as soon as she turned like 19. And she used to stay at her boyfriend's brother's house. And that shit was fucking haunted.
Yeah.
And the reason I say this is because like everyone who was in that house has like the same fucking shit happen. But basically I was over there and like it was like my sister was like, hey, you guys should come over here so you can check out the house, right? So we came over there and it was like the middle of the day still. And like the house is pretty big. I would say it's like Xavier's house. It was pretty big at the time. And my sister and her boyfriend, who's her husband now, as that actually goes, and my brother, like, we were all outside and like talking to, like, just kind of playing with like their dogs, because my brother-in-law had this big pit bull named Biggie, of course, and he was this huge ass motherfucker. Anyway, he didn't like being inside because that's how far this shit went. Like the dog was like, "Nah, I'm gonna chill out here, bro." And like whenever they would bring him in. Like this is what like they told me is like whenever they bring him in, he barks at the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "All right, like what's up with you?" Like they didn't know. And basically, I was like, "Oh, I have to go to the bathroom," and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's just like down the hall. You go over there." And you know, I went inside. I'd go do my business, and you know, I step out of the bathroom, and like I see this woman on top of on top of the stairs. She has like a white gown, like a nightgown, I guess. And her hair was like down, and like her back was facing like the end of like the staircase, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to like walk over here. Like I was just trying to use the bathroom. I'm Celeste's little brother." And like she doesn't like react or do anything. And I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna go outside. Sorry to bother you, you know." And then you know I go back outside and like we go out there and we talk for a little bit. And, you know, and then after a little bit, it's like, all right, like let's drop off my little brothers because my sister's older than both of us. And then like when we're passing through back inside, I'm like, "Who's like that lady who's like upstairs? Like, is she sick or something? Like, what's going on?" And my sister's like, "What are you talking about? Like, no one else is here." And I was like, "No, like when I came out the bathroom, there was a woman standing on top of the stairs. I didn't know that like anyone else was here." And she was like, "No, there isn't." And then like she was like, let's go." And then like we all like went into like the car and we started driving. And then my sister informed me that like that image is like of like a woman on the top stairs is a thing that fucking happens to people in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yeah, if you see her from the front, like her face is bloody. And I was like, holy shit, what? And my sister
You mean
was
you're
like,
lucky?
yeah, I was fucking
Yeah.
lucky. My sister was like, yeah, that's happened to me before, where it's like in the middle of the night, I saw her up there, and like she was looking down the stairs, and her face was bloody. And she was like, and I was like, what? And I was like, yeah, that like, we've all, like, all of us here have seen her. And my brother-in-law told me a story, like, he saw her run through the house upstairs. And then he was like, yo, like, brother, why the fuck are you trying to fuck with me? And then his brother was like, what? No, I've been in, like, here watching TV this whole time. And they both were like, fuck that shit, and went upstairs and were like, come at me, bitch, nigga, ghost.
Jeez.
Because that's the kind of guys they are.
Yeah.
And then they're like, nah, let's get out of here.
I like how they went from like, yo, fight me. Like,
Yeah, like, I
never
kind of told
mind.
that part kind of bad, but like what started happening is like the refrigerator door would start opening and like plates started like getting smashed. Like if they left them out like on like the drying rack, they would just like sit, like they would hear like a crash and they would come look and like the fucking dishes were being thrown to the floor. And like my brother-in-law like ended up like his family ended up starting fucking leaving. Like they left the house because of that shit, dude. Because like his like adopted son like saw her and started freaking out because he said that she kept trying to grab him. And they were like, "Oh, okay, deuces, we out of this fucking house."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, God damn.
That's definitely an experience I don't want to ever have. I mean, I'm like, so like you guys know about the Gravity Hill thing, right?
No.
No. Yeah.
It's an optical illusion.
Yeah.
Did I just spoil it for you? I'm sorry, tell the story.
That's all good. It doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because like,
Dtime, the cool, rational one.
yeah, he's totally the rational one.
Because
But
I can process quickly.
yeah, you do. I just find more of a fascination of it, even though like I don't want to experience it. But anyway, my old boss, prior to me working where I am right now, she told me like she once went up to like some insane asylum that's out in I forget which way. It's somewhere towards the Mojave Desert, and she told me that when she was like maybe early 20s, she was with her friends and whatnot, that their car had broken down, like just stopped working. They're like, that's weird. And I guess they were pretty close to the same asylum, so they're like, oh, if I would just leave it here. They went to go take photos, like standing in front of it or whatever. And she actually, I think she showed me the photo of like, you can actually see a little like, you can see something. She told me it was a little girl, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll believe you. She's like, it's like it was just at the windowsill, and like I was like, huh, okay, kind of want to experience that, but at the same time I don't. But I mean, like, Jacob has already experienced it, but and I guess you as well, Xavier. I'm not gonna deny that, but you know, would you guys want to experience said feelings again?
Yeah, I'm
Fuck no.
Well, as
I'm-
long as it isn't in my fucking house, bitch.
No, obviously it's not gonna be your house. No,
Isn't
no,
it
Xavier,
like-
hang on. Let me go over to your house with like the religious items and be like, "Yo, come at me."
Good luck to whoever got those fucking religious items.
One of those things where it's like, if we were all going, I'd be like, fine. But like, I would never do that shit.
Okay, but then again, like you always hear like,
I would
oh yeah, a
just do it.
spirit can like follow you from a place to your house. I'm like, fuck that.
What are
That's
you,
why you're not
gonna
supposed to
steal some
pick up
stones?
anything when you're like doing spirit stuff, because you don't want to pick up shit or
Yeah.
take anything with you. That's why I think that one show with the paranormal guy, he like solves paranormal cases and he takes the haunted item to like a museum of paranormal shit that he just collects that's all haunted. The fuck?
Just like an earthquake and all
That's
the
like
ghosts
some
get
fucking
out.
yeah. That's like fucked up.
Yeah, shit's spooky.
Jacob saying if we all go.
Fuck you guys.
I would
Like,
leave
fuck
within the first
Archie.
10 minutes.
I'd be like, alright, I'm gonna stay in the car.
That's worse. You want to be by
worse.
yourself.
I feel like that's worse. Yeah.
You know what? I'd rather be in the car by myself than in there.
With the car keys.
Yeah, I'll have the car
Yeah,
keys.
you need the car keys, that's for sure.
Bitch, we're taking the car keys with us, and then you don't see us ever again. You won't be able to drive away.
I can just walk.
But then you wait till the daytime, I guess.
Walk down Ghost
Would
Hill.
you, though? Wait,
No,
hold on.
fuck that. I would just go.
I thought
Nah,
another spooky story.
To be honest, I'd be like, I gotta go try to save him. Shit.
You would check on us? We're touched,
Big
dude.
Dig McGee.
Like, if like an hour or two goes by and none of you like text me or say anything, then I'd go inside.
What if we text you, but it says help?
I'd go inside like immediately.
What if we just pranked you? Like, get pranked,
No.
bro!
Wait, well,
Despite you saying
think
this,
that-
I would still go check and I would still be like, "Oh, you guys are assholes."
What'd you say, though?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case.
it's all a ruse to get you inside a haunted establishment.
As much as I would be like, I'm gonna leave you guys for dead. For reals, I would totally not leave you guys for dead.
We're gonna be like, we're gonna text you help, and then you come in and it's like, help us make a fucking pizza. Got a fucking button oven over here.
It's like all dramatic. Like I kick down the door and I have like a priest with me. We both have
Don't worry,
swords.
The fucking holy swords.
They're like glowing with holy fire and shit.
You use your fucking swords to bake the fucking pizza.
It's fucking Sayuki reload. He's got the fucking blessed bullets. Let's go.
Yeah.
Blue exorcist, this shit.
Are we going back to Q&A time?
Yeah, we can go back to Q&A.
Does anyone else has a spooky story they want to say before we go back to Q&A?
Yeah, I'll say something. I'll say something. So, I collect music boxes,
That's creepy.
and yeah, how is it creepy?
Oh my god, my grandma collects those fucking dolls that freak me out.
Oh
Oh, I
man.
forget the name
Wait, you turn Kelsey's turn.
Oh, sorry. That just made me think about that because that shit's scary. And it's like, who collects scary objects? God damn it.
It's me. It's me. Also, I collect. Also, my mom collects porcelain dolls.
Ah, that's
What
it.
Porcelain doll, there you go.
Awesome.
Fuck those things.
Wait, Xavier, you're at my house.
I didn't see them.
They're all above the rafter when you first walk
I
in. They're
didn't see
staring
them.
down.
They all watch you when you come in.
Yeah, and then there's a whole display case full of them, and they're all on the top of it. I don't know how you didn't see it.
I didn't
You
want to
just
see
didn't want to see.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so I collect music boxes. Like those weird copper ones. Okay. And then, so my great grandma died a while ago, and she gave me like all her music boxes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
These are two separate things, but they're similar, so I'll mash them into one story. So, her birthday rolls around, right? And my mom is like, "Oh yeah, it's your great grandma's birthday," and I was like, "Oh yeah." And then like later that day, like 3 music boxes just go off for no reason, and they're in a locked like display case.
Jesus.
They just go off for hella long. And then, yeah, and it happens now. It's a thing. They just go off, and you know how when you start things at different times, they all mash together into one, like, awful noise?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
I mean, does this happen, like, consistently, or, like...
It happens, like, I don't know, it hasn't happened for, like, a few months, but... And then there's this one other weird thing where, like, we whistle to call our cats, because they come, I guess. Which is creepy to me. Fucking cats are weird. But, like, I would be laying in bed, and I can't see out my door, because I usually have my door shut most of the way, and then even if it was open, it's facing a wall. So, like, I would hear, like, a really, like, slight whistling, like the noise when someone can't whistle. Like, they're trying to whistle, but, no, they're whistling, but it's, like, barely out.
Oh, okay.
Like, the softest whistle. And I was like, oh, someone's, calling the cats. Cool. So, I asked my mom, I was like, oh yeah, did you call the cats? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, I heard someone whistling. He's like, oh, it must have been your brother or something. And I was like, okay. Then they're on this fucking vacation for 3 days. This has been happening consistently for like months. Like I hear it and then no one fesses up to this shit. It's like right by my door in the hallway, like echoes and shit. I'm like super fucking scared.
Never
Just
told me this.
I just want to ignore it because I'm in my room and I'm like, oh, sleep. It's just like, it's like one of those things that's unsettling because it's so little. And like, you don't really know if like it's wind. It didn't sound like wind. Anyway, they were gone and then like no one is in the house except for me. And I fucking heard the whistle every single night. They're gone. I wanted to die.
When was that?
What?
When was that?
That was like a year ago. Well, they went to casino.
Oh, that was a year ago. I thought this was like recent or something.
No.
Sounds like we should take a trip to
I thought that
Alcatraz.
shit was like last week.
I
and
want to go to
was like, oh,
Alcatraz.
shit.
I haven't been. I want to go on Halloween.
I went once.
I go to
Let's go to-
Alcatraz.
I want to go to Westchester
Also,
Mystery House.
check out. Actually, you know what? Now that this reminded me, just because we're naming locations, my current boss, she told me that when she went to go visit or not visit, Halloween, she and her friends went to the Queen Mary and they stayed there. Just to like not drag the story out. Basically, the strangest thing that that happened to them was like, actually, you know what? Let me step back real quick. Do Jacob's noises. Yeah. She told me like just like knowledge to know first. That her friend is like very like she makes sure that everything's locked. Like does that thing. I'm not sure what it's called, but like do the 1, 2,
Oh, the
3.
OCD or whatever.
Yeah, the OCD of like making sure everything's locked. And what she does is like, yeah, she like does the thing to the door when they're about to go to sleep. Like, you know, lock, cool. And then when they woke up in the morning, they said that the door was unlocked. And like they can like while they were sleeping is that they could feel like some pressure just like on their like just pushing them down to the bed and they couldn't get up. I was like, dang, that's pretty you know, something. And in the morning, like the friend like gets up, she's like, who the fuck opened the door? And they all say none of them did, because, you know, why be dicks to like someone who actually has, you know, that sort of, I guess, problem. I wouldn't call it a problem, but like, I guess, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like, no, none of us opened the door. And she was just losing her shit just because like I know one of you guys did it, but since none of you guys are confessing, you know, let's go. But even then, once they all woke up, they're all like, hey, were you guys able to get up? Like, no, like felt like something was like just pushing me down. They're like, oh shit, same here. I was like, oh crap. But yeah, so those are my stories that I have.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how Scooby-Doo are you feeling?
I'm feeling number 7.
Let me go check the pinned.
Yeah, it's pinned in there.
Probably like a 6 right now.
But all right. Side note, actually, would you guys actually want to go to the Queen Mary during Halloween or like Alcatraz?
that?
Not
This
during
Halloween?
Halloween because there'd be too many people.
I'm doing something. this
Go like,
Halloween.
what are you doing?
I'm going to Abe's place and we're gonna watch Insidious 4.
I'm actually also usually busy during Halloween.
All right, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Halloween, but you know, actually
Let's go
visit
during
this place.
Christmas.
I'd like just to go down there to hang out with you one day.
Yeah, we'll go to Alcatraz.
We'll
Go to
all go
The
to
scariest
Kelpy's
part
house.
is riding the fucking ferry there. In my honest opinion. Ooh.
You haven't been there.
I haven't been there, but I don't like riding on boats. I'm scared. When I went parasailing, I was like in the boat. I'm like, I'm gonna fall out and drown. I'm gonna fall out and drown.
Are you able to
Someone
swim?
burped.
Or
No, I can swim.
okay.
I guess we can expand off Zarky's if you can tell 7-year-old you something. What would you say?
What would it be? Yeah.
Don't play Adventure Quest online.
You sure it's not Maple Story?
Yeah, I'm sure.
There are other games besides Harvest Moon.
Don't spend money on shitty games. Have an Ogie.
Oh, mind you.
What was that?
Keep in mind, this is your 7-year-old self.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I use my mom's money. My mom would buy me video game stuff for the shitty MMO.
Like, I was just getting into, like, first grade at that time.
First grade. I was in first grade at like 5.
Shit, man, I was in kindergarten when I was 5.
I was...
I would have been in 2nd grade when I was 7.
Alright, 6. 6 is first grade, yeah. 5 is
Yeah.
kindergarten.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep. So you're
What?
2nd grader.
The
You're
only
second grade.
the only
What?
person I know who's different is Ricky, because he started kindergarten when he was still 4.
Jeez.
See, the way I memorize it is because I grew up with a magical, like, kind of year for how my grade is with respect to the current year. Like, I know 2001 was the 2nd semester of first grade and the 1st semester of 2nd grade. Just because of how that went. So technically speaking, if I had just turned 7, I would still technically be in first grade. My birthday is in March.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
So what would you say?
I'd tell my younger me,
Yeah.
well, I was an idiot, so I wouldn't know what kind of advice would actually be digested.
Yeah, I feel like 7-year-old me wouldn't take my advice to heart.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But you
It'd
can
have to
still
be-
tell them.
Yeah.
It'd be digestible. Something I would take with you. I'd
Like-
say, hold on to your friends, I suppose.
Don't eat so much bread. So good though. I know, right?
Edwin, what would
Just
you
gonna
say?
spit in your face and say fuck.
What would
What
you
I
say to
to
7-year-old you?
7-year-old Edwin playing Melee.
fucking
I
wish.
don't think Melee came out at that time.
I don't
think it
know.
was like till-
I don't
There's
remember.
one where we were like 8. That's
7
when-
year. It came out.
7-year-old Edwin.
Yeah, it came out.
Play
like 01, 02.
Melee.
Wait, hold on. Melee came out in like what?
02. 01.
That was not. It was no one. Hold on.
It came
Nah,
out in
no way.
2001.
God damn,
Yeah,
that game
dude.
is 16 years old.
That game's old, dude.
Jesus.
It did come out 2001. What the fuck?
Yeah, that game's godlike.
Yeah.
I bought that for my friend's birthday. It was a good birthday.
I'd tell my 7-year-old self to write this on a notepad and keep it on you forever. When you go to high school, save your money for a computer.
That little fucker will lose that notebook faster than you can blink. Like, he's gonna lose it between, like, first grade and
If
2nd grade.
it's, I'm gonna emphasize, like, not like his life depends on it.
Fucking eyes bulging, hands on shoulders.
Yeah,
Do you know
dude.
the meta?
Do you know it?
Fucker will lose it, maybe find it again in, like, 7th grade, but you can't remember the significance of it, so you fucking toss it. Because your mom told you to.
Because like everything that Jacob and we ever said to Edwin back in high school is like, hey, you should probably just save up for your computer.
So,
like,
like one of
nah.
the first things I told Edwin, like sophomore year, we were friends. I was like, "Yo, I'm saving up money so I can get a computer," and he was like, "Ah, that's stupid." And then I got a fucking computer by the end of that fucking year. And then I had to deal with his fucking cardboard box until like a week ago.
This wasn't a week ago. What the fuck?
it was like 7 months ago.
It was too soon, Edwin. It was too recent.
It was like under a year.
Yeah, it's under a year because I don't know. I mean, it's pretty close to like us or like me grabbing Xavier parts for his computer too.
Downgrading my computer.
Nah, shut up. Be grateful.
We downgraded it to get an upgrade for it to be upgradable.
Exactly. You're welcome.
Because now Audition doesn't run as well as it used to because I don't have 2 motherboards. Fucking daughter boards, man. What the fuck?
man.
Fuck that shit, dude.
Oh my god. I don't want to think about it. It makes me depressed as shit. Yeah. What other question did you want?
Yeah, what's our final question?
Alright, for the final question. Okay. No, like I got a few here that are really good. I want to get the best one.
Wait, we only asked the 2 questions.
You only asked one.
Oh.
The other one.
Yeah, what could you tell your 7-year-old self?
Yeah. I think for Edwin's thing, I think you'd have to give him a box that he can store shit in it.
I'd be like, hey kid, do you like video games?
Yeah, I do.
Do you
Did you want me to
love
get in your
playing
van and eat
your
some candy?
Xbox?
Exactly,
If
yeah.
you do, there's something super cool you can get. Super easily.
You'll get some deals.
Get some pussy.
You'll see in a couple of years that Reddit will pop out and 4chan, and I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you're going with this. You wanna be cool? You wanna be hip?
You want to be
Check this
cool?
out.
You want to be hip?
Fucking shows them hip on a hole.
Buy this. You'll understand in a few years.
Don't question the future, Sonny.
You'll meet
Just
these
live it.
people.
Oh my.
You'll never need a girlfriend ever.
Wow.
Nothing.
Okay. So, final question. Are you still picking one? Oh, okay.
Say that you had the ability one time to make any animal about the size of a cat, and it would be your pet forever, and it'd listen to you. Any animal, mythical,
Velociraptor.
doesn't exist, and it's just the size of a cat and do anything you say.
No,
what
I changed my
animal
mind.
would you
A
get
hippogriff.
and why?
I want a Pikachu.
Get out.
Just to make people pay me money to take pictures with it.
I don't know. Fuck. Let me think.
An actual cat just to fuck with the system. Like you could have
Could I
any
get a
kind of
pet
power,
shark that
and
can
I got a
walk on
cat
land?
the size of
Yes,
a
yes, you
cat.
can. Shark with legs.
Shark on land.
It's a little shark
Hell
with
yeah.
legs.
Wait,
No.
a shark that can fly perpetually. Yes.
Potentially.
Yes.
Amazing.
All right. I said my answer.
Alright, who's next on the...
It's hard to top flying shark.
It is pretty hard. What about swimming eagle? Wait,
Just
eagles
turn into
that
Avatar.
eagles that burrow the ground. Yes.
Mole eagles?
Yeah.
A mole with eagle wings?
I want to
And
go
feet.
with like a tiny eldritch abomination, like just like a little Kathaga. And it's just like my
Freaking Diglett
homie.
with- I'm gonna have a Diglett with Guts face on it. Just follows me around, just pops up out of the floor, and just looks at me and says, "Griffin."
Griffin!
It's gonna be like, Gaska.
Guska!
One of his eyes is permanently fucked up and everything. Great. Locking that answer in.
These are pretty good. Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone answered.
I just want a cat, but
You can
I
talk.
want it to be able to talk. Yeah. I like how you automatically predicted
Fucking
that.
Morgana.
Fucking Garfield, dude.
No. I don't have Morgana than Garfield. I'd have to feed it lasagna. I'd waste so much money in lasagna.
I'd let that
Survival
cat
to
starve
lasagna.
to death first and be like, until it says like, I want food. I'm like, all right, just drop a goat cheese on him. Be like, here's your food, bitch.
What?
Kick him.
What about you, Zark?
Yeah, kick him around.
What would you have?
I was kind of spotting animals.
What about you then, Edwin? Huh?
Huh? What?
What animal would you like?
What
Fiction,
animal?
fiction or non-fiction, whichever one. You'd
want Mine was a perpetually flying shark.
I heard that part.
Mine is a tiny Yogg-Sothoth.
Don't even know what that is. I won't even ask.
Don't worry, I'll put a picture.
Dtime has a Diglett with Guts' face on it.
It's just constantly making berserk quotes.
It's
Oh
great.
my god, what animals are you guys even thinking of?
They're animals I made.
Is Diglett even an animal?
I mean, it's not.
I said any like fictional or living creature, just anything. It'd be about the size of a cat,
Alright.
I mean,
and it would always listen to you and everything.
I mean... Can I just have a normal dog?
I guess.
It'll be more useful to me.
Look at this motherfucker. He's fucking picking human in MMO again.
Oh,
Enjoy your
I'd
wheat
like-
toast, Edwin, and your oatmeal.
sure.
Could have had like
Ashley in the shower.
you could have had a cat size fucking ostrich.
I don't want a cat size anything though.
You
Yeah,
just
like a
asked for a
cat-sized
cat-sized dog.
That's
like asking for like
That's
a
just a
wiener dog or some
chihuahua.
shit. Yeah.
I have
That's
4 of those in my
what
house right now.
Again.
You have Lima.
You hate her.
You...
She's really
No,
stupid.
but no. But in this case, it's different because this dog would pay attention to him.
This would just be an
Well,
animal.
Lima's always paying attention to him.
I mean, it
That's
would
what
be
he said.
it would be a pet that listens to him, so it's just something he neglects. It's just like, get the fuck out of here, and it listens. Keep
Oh,
Lima
I know.
outside.
I know what cat size pet I want. I'd want a child.
Cat-sized human being. That just does your bidding.
It's just taking a turn for the worse.
You could have like a black lab that has like fiery eyes, talks like a coo,
Could have gotten a hellhound.
and it starts berating the mailman like, "Foolish mail warrior."
You know, it actually might not be a bad idea to get like, I want to get a bull mastiff that's the size of a cat.
Amazing.
And then it would just be like a tiny mastiff.
Just get a bear the size of a cat and call it a dog.
That would have been more interesting than dog.
I mean, you could have named any animal. Have superior results.
We threw Edwin the ball, and not only did he drop it, he
Pass it
fucking
to the other team.
he passed
I
it to the
don't
other
want this one.
team.
I'm out.
Why does Max always look so sad when he plays games?
He is sad. Look at him.
Oh, God.
Are you watching it right now?
Is
I
he
am.
streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's streaming fucking Ridge Racer right now.
Just what his eyebrows look like, man.
Are you talking about someone's stream during a podcast?
Yeah.
I guess that's a good
time
time as any to end it, yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Just bleep it out.
Just bleep out what?
His name.
Sure
I don't-
to.
Go watch the Maximilian stream. He's awesome.
Not sponsored by Maximilian.
Remember,
Max,
follow me at
sponsor
Gutex
us. I love
on
you.
Twitter.
Be sure to follow us on our Twitter and Twitch and YouTube, of course.
Follow me
Don't
at
forget.
that Mike Ross dude at Twitter.
Don't fucking
Follow me. I'm
put
at
other
Gutex
things
on Twitter.
Oh my God.
Subscribe to Cryos Gaming because apparently we're making jokes now.
Subscribe to Kryos Gaming.
Subscribe to
Fucking
our channel. 2 best friends play at Switcher with a 1.
Stop putting
God.
other people's channels.
God dang, I know.
It's not our fault we don't have a URL yet.
We just need to get 80 more, guys. You know, that's all we need.
Dude,
80
this
Can I
is
get food
really
censoring in the
nightmare.
podcast?
Special shout out to Smart Dtime for joining us for this podcast.
Yeah, if you want to plug your Twitter or something
He doesn't have anything.
that you totally don't
I'm
have.
not on like
Social
the internet
media.
at all.
Plug in
Like,
your
even my YouTube channel should be avoided. 'Cause it's
plug
just
in
has
your
high
Heroes
content.
of the Storm account.
Yeah, I put up his account.
Yeah, my level 291 ranked account that's been like thousands of AI games. on it.
6 matchmaking games.
He only has
Done
6
today.
human matches. on the game.
Oh god.
At the level 290 something, doing nothing but AI matches.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. How long was that?
Oh god.
Pretty sure that shit was fucking.
Man, I like that shout out at the end where I look like a complete loser. No, he doesn't have a Twitter.